Hi, I'm Persia.
And I'm Joey, and you're watching an Addictive Daughter Life Nugget.
As some of you might know, Joey and I run a life coaching programme, a 6-week intensive for Addictive Daughter. And what's really interesting we've observed over the last year or so is that in the first session, the girls, we tend to coach girls, they'll come to us and they'll basically say, this is a big area of life that I'm struggling in, give me the answer.
What do I do?
What do I do? Tell me what to do. Now, we obviously have lots of tools and lots of guidance, but as we explained to them, we've learned in our life since getting into this sort of work over the last 4 years or so. Unfortunately, life ain't as simple as that. It doesn't work like that. Sometimes you just have to take your time and you can't know everything in the moment. And yeah, this has been such a big thing, particularly for relationships. I don't know about you, but one thing I've learned from past experiences and relationships, that you could have a fight with your boyfriend or girlfriend or whatever, and in that moment you're in such a place of reaction that you just want to go, right, that's it, I'm done, I'm walking out the door, because you feel stronger and you feel more powerful in that moment. And the fact is, that is a huge decision to make, and it's not coming from a place of calmness or peace at all. You're coming from a place of really heightened emotion, anxiety. You probably in many ways want to punish the other person and hurt them because maybe they've done something to hurt you, and it's just not, that is not a sustainable. And then obviously what happens if you do that, often a few days later, a week later, you end up getting back together because you weren't ready. Ready to walk away. It's too big a decision, isn't it?
It's so true. It's so true. And what we've also experienced with, many of you all know we used to be actresses, and it's the same thing that applies to every area of life, but we really relate to it in terms of career. There was a time when, as much as we might have been unhappy in the acting industry and it wasn't going our way, we weren't quite ready to let go of it. And I know there were certain days where I just wanted to throw the towel in, as it were, and just be like, I just don't want to do it anymore. But actually there was still resistance. I wasn't at peace with really walking away from that as a career choice, and it took me ages. But when I did finally decide, and it did take a long time, I was completely calm about the decision, and I knew it was the right thing. It didn't come from like an erratic, rash moment. It came over a long period of time of talking it out with people, speaking to my coach, sharing it with Persia, all of those things. And I think we really, really underestimate the gift that time can give us. The moral of today.
Big decisions deserve time and space, not force and haste. So another thing that Joey and I have really learned that's been so helpful is when you're in a place where you feel like there's a decision or a choice to be made, wait until you're feeling calm and peaceful about it. Don't act, as we've mentioned already. Don't act from that place of heightened fear and anxiety, because firstly, that decision you make probably will end up, you'll reverse, it's not sustainable. And secondly, you just don't feel good about it. And that often just means you've really got to take your time. Take as long as you need. And we can't say a set amount, because that might be a day, that might be a week, that might be a year. You just don't know. But the key thing is to wait until you feel really calm and really, really certain.
Can I just insert a disclaimer here? We are talking generally, obviously, and this might apply to different people in many ways. One thing that is really important is, obviously, if you're in a life-threatening situation or there's something that is kind of endangering you, those are the times when you might need to act more rashly and get yourself away.
So
most of the time, in many situations, majority of relationships, work situations, time is a huge blessing, but there are also those times, of course, and you'll know if this applies to you, when pulling yourself away from it quickly is really the only safe option.
The to-do of today.
So what we would like you to do, now you've been watching this video, I'm sure something has popped into your head. We'd like you just to simply share that thing below. What is it, that thing that you've been trying to force and you've been trying to put a lot of kind of energy behind just to make it happen, just to execute the decision, cut it off, leave that person or that job? What is that thing? Just write it down below, and we just want to literally give you a second just to give yourself permission to trust in the timing of it. To trust that actually, if you kind of put it out there to the universe in your head and just say, I'd like the guidance, I'm not sure what to do yet, and just know that's okay, just to trust that in the time that it needs to take, the answer will become clear.
We hope that you've liked this Life Nugget. If you have, please do like it, subscribe to our YouTube channel, and share this with anyone that you think it might help. Thanks so much for watching.
If you'd like a life nugget and a weekly dose of happiness and motivation straight to your inbox, sign up at addictivedaughter.com and join us and thousands of others in getting addicted to the good stuff today.